Hello, Shalom. This is Rabbi Daniel Bomi, also known as the Abbey Rabbi. Welcome to the new series called the Apocalypse, the unveiling of Yeshua the Hamashiach, as well as the coming judgment upon all the nations of this world. The Book of Revelation is one of the most fascinating and perplexing books in the entire Holy Scripture. It contains some of the most awesome and yet terrifying visions of the final end and what is to be for mankind. Its tremendous visions promise that man's last crisis will end with Yeshua's complete victory over the forces of evil. Yannikin reveals or unveils the wonderful prophecies of the millennial kingdom when the Mashiach will restore all things. Despite the difficulties in interpretation, this book has drawn the most of interest and yet curiosity of both Christian and the Messianic world. Every preacher, every teacher, every theologian, every scholar has gotten an opinion, has written on this. John Hagee has something to say. What's his name? Preachers, teachers, rabbis, I've heard them all comment using the book of Revelation. I'll refer back, of course, to the book of Daniel as well. The book of Revelation is the key to our understanding of the cataclysmic events about to unfold at the closing decade of this millennium. Most are written, and most writers describe this last book as the revelation of John the Divine. But you know what? God's title in the first chapter says is the book of Revelation of Jesus Christ in the King James. The other one says the revelation of the Mashiach, or the revelation of Yeshua the HaMashiach. All right. However, God's title it should take the revelation. It's not a man's dream. It's not a man's vision. This is something where he takes Yannick or John, all right, by his arm and takes him under and says, "Hey, come here, buddy. You were my buddy. Come check this out. I want to show you a few things. This is what it's going to be like. This is the government situation. This is the world situation. This is the church situation. This is personal situation. This is mankind situation. And when you see this, you know this is we're down 2 yards to go. We're at the bottom of the 20th and 2 yards, right? And it's touchdown. Um, Apocalypse, therefore, is the revelation of the Messiah. 1 Corinthians 1:7, the Apostle Paul uses the same word in Greek, which is apocalypse or apocalypus, right, to describe the second coming of the Messiah. And he encourages Christians to eagerly wait for this apocalypse and to focus on its revelation of the personal appearing or coming of the Messiah. It isn't the revelation of John or even John's visions. It's just the revelation of the nature and the triumph and the office and the final victory of Yeshua or HaMashiach. The Messiah is both the subject and the object of the series in prophetic visions describing the final victory of God's anointed Messiah over the forces of evil. It is the book of the theme where to reveal his final dots and crosses, all right, in the redemption story of earth and the curse of sin and the triumph victory of his Messiah over Satan and the son of perdition. Some Christians call him the Antichrist. You know what? The spirit of Antichrist was even back where Paul lived. All right? Anything that opposes the Messiah, anything that does not believe, anything that denies the Messiah is Antichrist, all right? Or anti-Messiah, all right? So that is a spirit, it is an entity, it's a feeling, it's a being, it's a thought process. We are not of this. The final man, the final ruler of the world is called the son of perdition, all right? The son of sin. And we need to get our vocals, our definitions down pat. Many people approach this book with apprehension. In fact, they don't understand visions. Even reformers like John Calvin wrote complete commentaries on every book in the Bible, but he wouldn't touch Revelation because he couldn't understand it. The correct principles of the scripture and its interpretation will enable us to understand and benefit the marvelous visions of the prophet Jonathan or John, as the Christians call him. Revelation occupies the unique position of the scriptures in its richness of imagery. While its mysterious symbols have caused some to avoid It has the book altogether. It's fascinated scholars, Christians, Messianics, Jews, Buddhists, and continues to plague society with its alarming accuracy in predicting what the world will be like today. Martin Luther, another one of the great reformers of the classic century, um, says we can profit by this book and make good use of it. We can rest assured that no force, nor lies, no wisdom, nor holiness, nor tribulation, nor suffering shall suppress Christendom, but it will gain the victory and conquer the last. This is recorded in Luther's Works 35.409. You know, Luther was a Christian, and he had some good points and he had some bad points. But you know that is a statement of fact that there's nothing, absolute nothing. You can rest assured that no force, there's no entity created, not in the beginning of time, not even at the end, that will no amount of wisdom will excuse it away, no matter what practice of holiness that we try to put into our lives. All right, it will pass and it will fade when it comes up to the real holiness and supreme holiness of the mighty Elohim himself. No amount of suffering, no amount of pain, no amount of persecution, not even spilling of life's blood upon the earth will suppress the final dot and crossing of the T, all right, of allowing or stopping the Hamashiach to gain victory and conquer last and be crowned King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I thank you for this time. These are short little burps. I wish YouTube would give me more than just like 10 minutes at a time. But such as it is, and I've used up 7 now. So until next time, this is Rabbi Daniel from Beit Hizdah Congregation in Abbotsford, British Columbia, saying Shabbat Shalom or Shalom, wherever you're reading this, and Mazel Tov, and have a good one. Goodbye. Shalom. Bye.